In this video, we're going to look at how we can set up assignment 2 from our assignment 1. Assignment 2 needs to have the ASP.NET identity packages as well as unit testing, which our assignment 1 doesn't have. So what I've done is set up a mock assignment 1 here. So I connected to my database. So inside of my web.config, I created a default connection that points to a database. And I used the ADO.NET Entity Data Model to create a couple of model classes. And I created a couple of controllers with scaffolded views. So my application looks something like this. So I can create view. So what I'm going to do now is show you how to set up assignment 2 so that it has ASP.NET identity and unit tests from the beginning, and then how we can copy the files we have in assignment 1 into our assignment 2 project. So I'm going to leave this instance of Visual Studio open with my assignment 1. I'm now going to go ahead and create an assignment 2 project. So I'm going to make a new project. And as usual, I'll choose ASP.NET Web Application. I don't want core. And I'll just call this assignment 2. And I'll click OK. I'm going to pick MVC. Now in assignment 1, we left unit tests unchecked. In this case, we want to enable unit testing. So we'll check off add unit tests. And we want to change the authentication from no authentication to individual user accounts. Store profiles in an SQL Server database, or allow users to use Facebook, Twitter, Google, and other providers. So that's the option we want. This is what we've done with our music store, but we didn't do this when we set up our assignment 1. So I'll click OK. So again, we've got individual user accounts and unit tests, and MVC is our template. So this is going to create kind of a blank assignment 2. ASP.NET identity is going to be added. So we're going to have working register and login pages. We're going to have all of the OWIN libraries for doing social authentication, as well as a unit testing project. So we're going to let this go. And then I'm going to show you how to move your files from assignment 1 into assignment 2. Basically, the things that we're going to need from our assignment 1, as this goes, we're going to need whatever we've put in the content folder. So if you have any images or custom style sheets, probably those are in your content folder. We are obviously going to want our controllers and our models. We're going to want any views, and we'll have to create the subfolders that we need, and then we can import the views. We won't import the whole web.config. We'll just grab our connection string out of there and copy and paste that line. Okay, so my assignment 2 is done. So I can start it up. So Visual Studio is just going to build. So again, this is just our straight template right out of the box. No changes. So this is just our base template. So now we want to start copying files over. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to my content folder. Now, I don't actually have anything in my content folder, but if you want to add your, for example, if you have an images folder, we'll maybe first create the folder. We can't copy folders in, but we can copy files. So any subfolders that we need, we're going to create. So I'll create an images folder here. And now if I have any images from assignment 1, I don't actually have any, but if we do, we can just click add existing item. And then we'll browse to assignment 1 and grab, so for example, if we had images here, we would grab them. Now, if I want to, probably most of you've made changes to that site.css. So again, I could just add an existing item from assignment 1. So inside of content, I'll grab my site.css and it'll ask me if I want to replace it. I'll say yeah. So now we'll go and we'll grab our controllers. So I'm going to right click my controllers. I'm going to add an existing item and I'm going to go to my assignment 1 controllers and I'm going to grab my custom controllers that I built based on my database tables, courses, and registrations. I'm going to add these. Then I want to go to our models. I'm going to right click models, add existing item. I'm going to go to my assignment 1 models. And I'm going to add these. Now in views, as I said, we can't add folders. We need to add the individual file. So inside of home, I want to replace my index view. So I'm going to go to views, home, and index, and replace the existing index. I'm going to do the same with our shared layout. Probably in assignment 1, you made changes to the layout template. So I'm going to go to shared and into views and shared on assignment 1, grab my layout, and again, I'm going to overwrite the existing layout. Now, I have in my assignment 1, if we go and look at my directory tree, so inside of views, I have subfolders for courses and registrations. So I need to make those folders manually in assignment 2. So I'll right click views and I'll add a couple of folders. First, I'll create courses. And then I'll create registrations. So views that match my controller name, my controllers. And now inside of courses, I'll right click. And now I can add all of my 5 scaffolded views for courses. And I'll do the same for registrations. Add existing item. Go to views for assignment 1, registrations. And grab those 5. So I've added my controllers, I've added my models, I've added my views from assignment 1, including both the index view as well as the shared layout. The last thing I really need from assignment 1 is my database connection string. So I'll open up my web.config file in assignment 1 right here down at the bottom. And I'm just going to copy this line that contains my default connection. And I'll go to assignment 2. We want to open up this web.config here at the bottom of our web project. And again, I'm going to overwrite the default connection that Visual Studio generates. So we may need to make a couple other changes. We'll try to build this and see if we can. We may need to change a couple namespaces, but we'll see. So we'll try to compile. Visual Studio so far is happy. So now if I go back to assignment 2, we won't see any difference on my home page because I haven't changed my index view or my template. But now if I go to courses, now I have my working scaffolded views. I can go to courses, or I can go registrations. So my assignment 2 is talking again to the same database. And all of my views, models, and controllers I built in assignment 1 are now part of assignment 2. and everything seems to be working correctly. So now I can go on with completing the authentication for assignment 2, both local authentication, adding register and login into my navigation bar, and also making sure that my social authentication works. So here are my registration view. So this should be all you need to do in terms of moving your files from assignment 1 to assignment 2. If you have issues, by all means, come and see me during office hours or send me an email. I hope this video helped.